Hey my friends, this is Daniel Aldie, and today I want to talk with you about 3 major reasons why most people stay poor. In this video, I want to share some of the secrets that I've learned over all the years of being in poverty and all the years of being wealthy. So please listen up. The first reason why most people stay poor is because they do minimum work and they expect maximum pay. You see, what it comes down to is your level of expectation. If you feel like you're entitled to a certain blessing, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get it. Now, obviously, we might have positive expectations from our employer, from our customers, but it does not mean that we will get exactly what we feel we're going to get if we haven't done the work. You see, all success comes down to is planting seeds. If you plant more seeds, you'll get more crop. And in order to get more crop, you just simply have to plant more seeds in the right place and make sure the weather does the rest of the work. Now, most people simply don't get this lesson. They think that if they plant a seed, somehow it's going to grow. My friend, you can't plant one seed and expect it to grow. You have to plant hundreds, even thousands of seeds in order for it to manifest. That's just how nature works. After all, if we could plant all the seeds and watch them all grow, then all of us would be successful all the time. But it isn't that easy, my friend. The reason why the earth makes it a little bit difficult for us to manifest that which we want is because we need to understand exactly what the process is to achieve our highest goals and serve the rest of humanity. Instead of doing minimum work and expecting maximum pay, you need to do the opposite. You need to do maximum work and expect minimum pay. Now, obviously, if you do maximum work, you're not going to get minimal pay because that's just not how the world works. But eventually, if you do the maximum, you're gonna get far more than a minimum. Don't be the person who clocks in for a 40-hour week and only tries to do 20 hours of work. Instead, be the person who is supposed to work 40 hours but decides to work over 60 hours because you care about the people you know you want to serve. If you understand the magnitude of this mentality, then you, my friend, will change your reality. The second reason why most people stay poor is because they haven't learned how to do the math. A lot of times people believe that they're gonna get rich, but they haven't done the math at all. If you wanna make $1 million a year, you better figure out how many dollars per day you need to make. If there's 250 working days in a year, that means that you need to make $4,000 a day. Now you might be asking, how do I do that? The answer is very simple. Find a way to add more value to more people in less time. Now, if $4,000 a day seems like an astronomical amount to you, which it was to me when I began, I decided to figure out how to make $400 a day. I looked at my avenues of wealth at the time and I said to myself, there is no way I'm going to make $400 a day doing the job that I was currently doing. And so I made a change. I adjusted my mindset and I figured out that the only way I could make $400 a day was to work for myself. And eventually I started a business. $400 a day turned into $4,000 a day because I understood that I needed the right vehicle in order to get me into the right position. And so that's what I'm saying to you, my friends. If you know that you deserve to be earning more, you need to calculate what it would take for you to make the kind of money you deserve. Because if you're working a dead-end job or a job that has a limited path to growth, then you need to understand that now is a time for change. Not next year, not in a few months, but now. You need to learn everything you can first about yourself and then about everything else that you need to do to position yourself for a higher level of success. Now that I've made that clear, I want you to also know that not only do you need to calculate how much money you need to make, you need to also calculate how much money you need to spend. You need to calculate how much money you owe to the bank and your creditors. You need to calculate how much money is going to cost you to run a business if you decide to start one. There's so much math that you have to do before you become successful. Sometimes I wish they taught this in school. If this was the way they taught math in school, then I never would have failed any math class at all. And the third major reason why most people stay poor is because they haven't learned how to solve bigger problems. You see, in our society, there's so many problems. Problems with government, problems with infrastructure, problems with money, problems with so many different areas that I can't even name in this one video. But the real problem is learning how to overcome our own personal problems. And so many people haven't even learned how to do that. So many people walk out of their house and they don't know how to do laundry. They don't know how to cook for themselves. They don't know how to iron their clothes. They don't even know how to drive a vehicle. And so if you don't know how to do basic things, there's no way you can do big things. There's no way you can achieve the highest level of success unless you learn how to solve the smaller problems of life. Now, once you understand how to solve the smaller problems, you'll learn how to solve the bigger problems. Here's the truth. The smaller we are, the bigger our problems seem. But the bigger we are, the smaller our problems seem. And so what I'm telling you right now is that if you want to be successful, you need to find a way to delegate certain responsibilities that you don't need to be doing. For example, if there's anything that you need to do that you know that others can do if you pay them, then you need to make sure you get it done. You need to pay the cost if you want to be a boss. You can't afford to cut your own hair. You can't afford to mow your own lawn. And some of you can't even afford to do your own dishes or even fold your own laundry. Now you might be saying, oh Daniel, you're talking to an extremely privileged class. There's no way I can ever hire someone else to do this. I don't even know where to start. But my friends, what you have to do is start with where you are. You need to start with what you have. You need to start with who you're surrounded by. I remember the first time I hired a housekeeper. I thought to myself, I really need someone to help me clean up around the house. I was very scared because I didn't know that if I paid someone, it would be worth the effort. But once the person came through, I took my money that I would usually use to go out to dinner, and I paid this person to do a job that I knew that I and my wife didn't really want to do. And guess what? It was worth it. And I've hired so many people around the house and in my business that I cannot go back to the person I was before. You see, once your mind expands to a certain dimension, it can never go back to that old dimension before. It has expanded into a new territory. You've taught yourself to think at a higher level. You've proved to yourself that you can do it, but you have to take the risk. You have to take the chance. You have to make it happen, and you have to take action. Don't bother doing miscellaneous things unless you want miscellaneous results. Now, I know somebody might be saying, well, Daniel, I don't know if that's a responsible thing to do. I can't show my kids that I don't make my own bed. But my friends, what I'm saying is this. Once your children see that you've made the right decisions to get them into the right positions, then they will thank you for what you've done for them in the past. So there you go, my friends. I just shared with you 3 major reasons why most people stay poor. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that notification button, and share this video with someone else that really needs it. Please type in the comment section below, rich, if you know you were meant to be wealthy. My friends, this is Daniel Aldie, and I look forward to watching you grow into the person that you know you were meant to be. I'll see you on the next video. Take care.